is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul. Good vibes only, I'm in control. Turn the music up, let the rhythm roll. I move my body, I'm alive, I glow. Unstoppable, dancing through the fire. Every step higher, taking me higher. Smile so big, can't hold it in. Good vibes, good life, let's begin. Every scar made me wiser. Every tear lit the fire. I don't fear what's ahead.
And we are live. And what is your name? What is your name?
Ocean.
And my name is Araneth, and we are living here in San Francisco, California with my family. Okay, so tonight I apologize, guys. I missed like 2 days of going live because I have no voice. I really have no voice. Yesterday, I did a straight 4 hours of coaching call, and I totally lost my voice. It's still healing, right? And again, I'm getting better every single day. I just had a really, really bad dry cough yesterday, and of course, a nonstop back to back to back coaching call as well. And yeah, so thank you so much, guys, for being here with me. So tonight's topic is all about part of my 90 days core and success challenge that I have been doing with my team and some of my business partners who just started this. And I will combine the three topics together, and it's all about uh, o- offering advice for over how to overcome obstacles, and also featuring someone else's story, successful business story, and a reflection for my week. Okay, Ocean, please. Okay, so again, good evening, everyone. Tonight, I really don't want to talk about hype, and I don't want to talk about quick wins. I don't want to talk about overnight success. And then I really want to talk about Ocean. Oh, look at like 3 million people's watching you right now. Yeah, keep still, please. Yeah, so I really want to talk about obstacles. Okay, so that's the topic for tonight. So, because if we're honest, obstacles are the part no one posts about, you know, the slow seasons, the doubt, the criticisms, the restrictions, the moments where you question yourself quietly. And I really want to begin with this, guys. And obstacles is not proof that you are failing, it is proof that you are stretching. Let us sit in for a moment. Most people think that if someone feels hard, it must mean it's wrong, you know. But again, growth has never felt convenient to anyone. Transformation has never felt easy too, right? And yet we pray for growth, or we pray for bigger income, we pray for impact, we pray for influence, and we pray for freedom, right? But freedom requires capacity, and that capacity is built through resistance. That's why tonight we are reframing obstacles not as enemies, but it's actually a training, it's a feedback, an experience that we have to learn. We have to face it. We must face obstacles because that's the only way for us to learn something. We cannot really move forward if we don't really experience challenges and obstacles in our life, right? So, yeah, so because the thing is, like, most people see obstacles as barriers. I see them as feedback. When something doesn't work, it is not rejection, it is information. When a post flops, that's information. When a lead ghosted you, for example, that's information, right? When a launch, let's say a project underperforms, that's information too. It's giving you feedbacks all the time. And when engagement drops or your insight drops, if you're posting something on social media, that's also an information. Life is not happening to you, it is responding for you. Remember that. That's why, let me give you a real example. When a business partner's account got restricted, most people panic. Uh, this person say that the system is broken, they spiral emotionally, right? But when if the obstacle is teaching diversification, what if it's teaching you not to depend on one platform, right? Maybe this platform is not meant for you. What if it's teaching you emotional regulation too? An obstacle is not a stop sign, it is a strategy for adjustment. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Change the language. What is this teaching me? Right? That shift alone turns frustration into growth. Right? So, yeah, any obstacles that you are facing in your life itself is rarely the real problem. Your interpretation of the obstacle is the problem, right? Just like when people say that money is evil, no, it's actually not. Money is your servant. Money is the one working for you. It's the person who is creating bad stuff through money, right? So, yeah, two people can experience the same setbacks too, right? One collapses and one recalibrates. Why? Because of identity. The meaning you give an event determines your emotional experiences. So yeah, so let's talk about when someone comments your post negatively about your business, right? Maybe they say it's a scam. I get that all the time. Maybe they question what you do. Maybe they laugh at you, right? Your first reaction might be embarrassment or anger. But again, leadership requires emotional regulation. Clarity does not require everyone's agreement, right? Not everyone will understand your version, and that is okay. Because when someone questions what I do, I always remind myself that I do not need universal approval to operate in conviction, because obstacles reveal where you are still seeking validation. And once you stop needing approval, your power increases. Do not ever let someone take your power. And here's the thing, what people think about me is none of my business. That is my mantra. My business is my vision. Okay? My vision, my purpose in life, and to create a legacy for my kids. Yeah, so there are some moments that our sales is very slow, right? Leads drop, sales is low, momentum feels quiet. We have this feeling of up and down emotions, right? Fear whispers it's not working also, but listen this carefully, guys. Consistency during slow seasons builds stability in peak seasons. Remember that. I'm going to repeat it again. Consistency during slow seasons builds stability in peak seasons. Slow months are not punishment, they are calibration. They show you where your system needs tightening. Maybe your follow up needs improvement, right? Maybe this is the time to really slow down and really take good care of your follow ups. Maybe this is the time also to make adjustment and really set a tone for your day and really uh, uh, think about mindset. Maybe this is a time also that you have to improve your messaging need. Yeah, messaging. Maybe this is the time that you have to refine that. Maybe your discipline needs strengthening too. That's the reason why is low months is also giving you information, right? So slow seasons build resilience. They remove emotional um dependency on quick wins. So if your confidence depends on daily results, you will live emotionally unstable. Structure creates stability, right? So yeah, so that's pretty much it. And I really wanted to talk about a real obstacle, which is time, right? These are so many things. I really don't have time. I don't think I can do this because I am so busy, right? I have a full time job. I have kids. I have responsibilities. I also, I only have, I sleep 5 hours every single day. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 in the morning, right, to do my meditations. Yes, I experience fatigue, tiredness. It's easy to say I don't have time. But often the real issue is a structure. You don't have a structure. Structure protects your vision when energy fluctuates. I don't rely on motivation. I rely on structure. My morning routine grounds me. My breathing meditation at 3:33 in the morning regulates me. My schedules protects me. Okay? The obstacle is not lack of time. The only problem is you are not using your time or balancing your time in a proper way. We all have 24 hours. It's just how you manage your activities. That's it. Are you spending so much time watching TV and the TV is not really serving you the best you wanted? Why don't you use the TV time to create the life that you truly want, right? Yeah, so that's basically what I do. During my break time, lunchtime, I use that to follow up, to create contents, to being stay grounded, to visualize, right? So I all use this precious time for my growth also. Yeah, so the obstacle is not lack of time, it's lack of boundaries. You know, when emotions are high, structure must be higher, right? So, yeah, so let's talk about fear too.
What are you doing?
Before going live, before launching, or before posting, guys, what if nobody watches, right? What if I mess up? What if I look foolish, right? On camera. I don't even have a makeup, right? But I still show up all the time. And here's the truth, growth begins where comfort ends. Okay, every time you press live with every time you post live while afraid, you build courage. And that's a good thing because courage builds confidence. And what's gonna happen if you build that confidence? It's not really a prerequisite, it is a byproduct of action, right? Fear is not a stop, it's a stop sign signal. It is a growth signal. Okay. So yeah, so another obstacle that I really want to share it with you guys tonight is when someone quits. You mentor them, and that happens to me. You mentored them, you put so much time to support them, you believe in them, you see that they are capable of doing this business successfully, and then because of obstacle, they leave. Leadership is planting seeds, not controlling harvest. The harvest is that's God's work, that's the universe work. Not everyone is assigned, not everyone is assigned to stay in your season. Your job is provide clarity and support. The rest is their choice. Okay. So when someone leaves, it's not your failure. It is their decision. You know, that's why detachment from outcomes protect your peace. And that is the number one thing that I can advise for you guys that always detach yourself from the result. Okay. And then again, another one is comparison. It's like you're scrolling, seeing others grow faster, seeing bigger numbers, right? Comparisons whispers you're behind, right? But comparisons steals clarity, guys. Instead of asking why someone else ahead of me, ask yourself, how can I become more disciplined? You know, focus on your metrics, track your own growth, you know, and celebrate micro wins, even so tiny little steps that you do every day, and you celebrate that you are building that belief of consistency. Okay, that is it. Sometimes the obstacle is not internal pressure, guys. Loved ones questioning your vision too. Is this worth it? Why are you doing this? And I get that all the time. Not everyone is assigned to understand your assignment. Support does not always look like applause from everyone, including your family, including your loved ones too. Sometimes it looks like quiet observation. Always guard your vision from a small minded commentary. This is not arrogance, it is a maturity. So if someone says this and I don't think you'll be able to do this, you've been doing this business for a long time now, right? Always guard your vision and not letting the outside world in control of you. And again, never ever compare yourself to others because you don't know what they have been working on prior to their success. Maybe they have been working on their mindset. Maybe there's a lot of things that is happening behind the scenes that you don't know. That's why boom, 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 right? Their success is just like leveling up, and leveling up. Maybe this that is the one that is missing that you have to do behind the scene because you don't know what's happening behind the scene. And you know that this person that you are seeing in our business community had undergo so much trainings, maybe experiences in her life. Maybe they're doing like follow-ups after follow-ups and really is consistently is studying. You don't know, you really don't know, right? Yeah. So and another one is burnout too. Burnout is not a badge of honor, it is a signal. When you feel exhausted, don't push harder. That's what I did actually. That's why I didn't push myself to go live because I have no voice, especially yesterday until now, right? And then that's actually giving me a signal that I have to take good care of myself as well. And I had like really, I never had a 10-hour sleep, right? And like, oh my gosh, when is the last time that I had a 10 hour sleep? Because I always sleep like probably 5 hours, 6 hours. That's the only thing for years and years and years. Of course, I have naps here and nap there, right? When I uh, in the past, but it's not like 10 hours consistent. But I had to get up and do my morning routine also. And then later on, I went back to bed. But it's just a good feeling in a world too that it also happens. I'm still grateful that it did happen because I had to listen to my body too, right? That's why for the past 2 days, I had to take good care of myself as well. Yeah, so that is a signal. When you feel exhausted, don't push you harder. Assess it. Is it lack of rest? Right? That's what happened to me. Is it lack of boundaries? It is lack of delegation. That is something that I need to work on. Is to delegate some of the tasks that I had to do. Right? So yeah. So success without the sustainability is self sabotage. But for me, there's no such thing as self sabotage. You are in control. Protect your peace because your nervous system must be stable now to hold expansion, right? Yeah, so every obstacle you've already survived once felt overwhelming, and you're still here. You're still stronger, you're still wiser, more disciplined now. That obstacles you're facing right now is not here to break you, it is shaping you. So instead of asking yourself, like, why is this happening for me? Ask yourself, who am I becoming because of this? You know, because you are that person who refuses to quit, right? You are the person who chooses structure over emotions. You are the person who protects your peace, your inner peace. You are the person who really builds discipline, right? And you are here to win. You know, God, infinite intelligence, what else? The universe will never give you any problems if you're not strong enough to overcome it. He always give you a problem because he knows that you're strong enough to solve it, right? So because you are, I am. Yeah, so that's something that I really want to share about that obstacle, right? How to overcome obstacle. And now I'm gonna be talking about a successful business partner story, right? So yeah, because again, success is not just the result itself. It is the process. It is growth. It is the unseen discipline. It is the emotional regulation. It is also the quiet consistency. That's why I really want to do two things tonight, guys. Is first, feature a powerful business success story on your page. And then second is reflect on the insights from this week that made that success possible. And that is you, you know? And that is something that I posted tonight, my wins. If you will see it on my Facebook profile, I share my wins this week, and because here's the truth, guys, success leaves clues all the time. And when we slow down enough to reflect, we grow faster, right? That's why tonight I really want to feature a story, not because it's flashy, not because it's overnight, but because it represents what consistently looks like, you know? So that's just like this week, I'm gonna share you guys a story of what happened for my mentee. Okay. And here's the thing. My mentee has been doing this for 2 years. You should have given up if she wants to, right? She thought that she can easily do the business right away, and she tested it, and it didn't work for her. After 2 years, and then like I am her mentor. Sometimes you have mentees that doesn't really listen to you, even though you offer advices. But when I offer advices to other people can take that so seriously. And of course, I really don't blame anybody, because that is their own belief, that is their paradigm, and I don't judge them because that's not who they are. you know Even though you're the most successful person in your career, and if you're struggling in the business, there's something to work on, right? And that is okay. Even though, like, advices that I can do, of course they hear it, they're thankful with it, but do they apply it? No, right? So 2 years of wasted time. And then she realized, then she's almost giving up last December. And here's the thing, from the moment of uh, was a breakdown, she finally realized that, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? I have a son here and I have a husband, and I'm not even working at all. And I see a lot of possibilities that's going to happen in this business, and I'm not really doing it. I have a really good mentor and a coach who are always there for me, and I didn't even really take advices. She's really good in doing mindset, and then we have one-on-ones. But again, it's the ego system is the one that is controlling you, right? And finally, December is New Year's, and she finally realized, like, you know what? I'm gonna take this so seriously. And she literally talked to me one on one. Of course, I have one on one with my mentees, but again, they hear it, they listen to it, yes, 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 but they are lack of implementation. For me, I'm the kind of person, if I listen to it, I implement it right away, because I cannot see this that myself, that I am really passing all the opportunities right there. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be a self shelf. You read books on the shelf, and then they help you, to be inspired a little bit and what's next. And for me, like, that's not gonna work. I read book and I want to implement it. I want to try it first if this is working for me. Then if it's not, I will never regret after that, right? And that's the reason why I don't like asking advices to other people because I can always find a way. Unless if I try this, I try that, I try that. Maybe the only lacking is to ask someone else's opinion. But it doesn't mean that I will act on it. I just want to get some feedback, and if that feedback is something that my higher self is telling me, that go for it, because for me I always listen to what my higher self, my intuition is telling me. And so she asked me like, can I enroll a course inside our business community? And for me, I said yes. Even though I advise you, but someone else's opinion is also really nice, especially if they're successful. Always surround yourself with people who are already see the result and apply what you learn from them. And then that's basically yes. And she did it. And she asked me, should I also join the another community that it's a 6 milestones and beyond community, and you should join. I challenge you to join and find an accountability partner right there. Because even though I am your mentor, it's always nice to learn from someone and always find your own tribe. I asked her to do not stay in my team. It's okay to stay in your team, but it's always nice to expand the level of your awareness to also go out and spread your wings and learn something from other people. And I told her that. And then also, that I have a morning routine that I always do every single day. You are welcome to join. And she thought about it and thought about it. And then she told me, like, okay, I enrolled this, I enrolled this, and I enrolled this. And again, I told her, this is whatever money that you're spending towards these courses, that's an investment towards the down payment of your goal. So whatever money that you're spending towards your business, always think about this, that these are the down payment towards your goal. Okay, every business that you're attending, there's always an investment on you, not in the business. The business is there, the business is already prepared for you, the courses is already created for you. The only thing that you need to do is, are you willing to pay the price and invest it in yourself? So she shows the bigger picture of this. And guess what? She's attending these courses. She does what the community, right? And then she attend my morning routine. And then we have a one-on-one. I am the one who created a one-on-one too, because I want to. And then now she started to run ads. Okay, she started to run ads. And then later on, and I told her, like, and then all of a sudden, she is getting back to back to back to back buyers. Like, oh my gosh, like, imagine that. And that's the reason why I'm so excited for her, because I had a coaching call yesterday with two of her buyers, and they're so freaking excited. And from the moment that I talked to her today too, and I'm offering her to spend more on her ad, and I'll be willing to pay for it, and half, right? Because she's in the UK. And I told her, like, why don't you take this? I will help you, because you just really spend the 2 years of sleeping and not doing anything. She posts every single day, she go live. But again, you have to, even though you're posting without being intentional, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work if you're just posting just by posting without really emotionally involved and not being intentional about what you're posting. It's just like you're wasting your energy. Always be intentional no matter what. And then of today, she doesn't even know that she have a buyer today. And I messaged her. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this girl who used to doubt herself, and now she found her winning ad. Again, from the moment that you almost quit your job, see that as a breakthrough for you. And that's basically what happened to her. So again, this is expansion for her. What did she do? She showed up with engagement was low, of course, because, Again, even though you post every single day and nobody is watching, who cares? As long as you are intentional about what you're posting, and then your vision is so clear, and you love your business, and your business loves you, right? You don't do this as a hobby, guys. Do this as a business. That this business is really depends on you. So she showed up when engagement was low. She showed up when people didn't respond. She kept learning even when results were quiet. She trusted the process when emotions fluctuated. And she asked help now. And here's the quote I want to anchor this story with: success is built in private before it is rewarded in public. Okay. So even though that quiet moment that you are sleepless nights, consistent posting intentionally, even nobody is watching, nobody is engaging with you, and you are working in your mindset every single day, that people doesn't even understand what the heck are you doing. Who cares? Even though someone refunded, but you detach from the result and move forward, you still show up. You still show up even though you don't want to, but you ended up showing up anyway, right? So yeah, but people don't see the discipline that you are doing behind the scene. They don't see the doubt that she overcome. They don't see the mornings she didn't feel like showing up. They don't see the mindset shift. Success is identity transformation first, income second. Okay, and that's what we celebrate. That's what I celebrated today. Not just numbers, but her growth, right? So, yeah, so because if you only celebrate results without studying them, you miss the blueprint. Consistency builds. This is one thing that I've learned. Consistency beats intensity. She did not go viral. She did not work 18 hours every single day. She did not chase people. She built a structure, and a structure builds stability. That's why small discipline actions repeated daily compound into extraordinary outcomes. That's why always consistency is being consistent is really the one that really builds confidence as well, because every time you follow through, you build self-trust. That's the command. Self-discipline is to follow the command that you say to yourself. That's self-love too, self-trust. And self-trust is the foundation of leadership. Okay. Yeah, so there were moments she could have quit, moments she questioned herself, moment that she doubted the timing too, but she did not allow emotion to dictate her commitment. Yes, emotions are high, structure must be higher. That's why this week alone, how many times did you did you feel like slowing down? Just drop it in the comment, but did you show up anyway? I believe so, yeah. That's maturity, you know? That's why follow up is where fortune lives. We always say that the fortune is always in the follow up. Many people quit after one message, after one no, after one delay. No for me is not yet. That's what happened. Someone says no to me and I congratulate myself. Why? Because this person is I know for a fact that she will be my business partner. She might not see the bigger picture now, but she's watching me. That's how I see things in a different way. That's a different perspective. So if someone say no to you, detach from the no immediately and always think that yes, there's always yes coming your way. Okay? That's why intentional follow-ups really builds momentum. You're not here to chase people, but again, you are not here to pressure someone, but checking in with clarity and calm. This is attractive leadership. Because mostly people like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna follow up. Maybe this person is thinking that I'm annoying. You are actually the one who is thinking that. You are already assuming of something that it didn't even happen at all. That's why stop assuming. Like if you go live, like, oh my gosh, like whatever think about me, what if I will make a mistake? Who cares? Do you think that they care? One thing that you have to care is like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go all in. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I have no idea. It just comes in my mind. Just like that's the reason why what if who cares? Like you are here for your business. You are here because this also reflects them. If they started their business, they're gonna be in the same situation like you. That is more believable than being a perfectionist one that you have to really dress up, you have to really memorize all the things, prepare yourself. Of course you can prepare an agenda that you will be talking to, you can really prepare it, right, and read it, but don't become that you are become robotic, right? Don't be like that. You have to really engage with your audience too. Like I have 4 million that is watching right now. Right, thank you guys for watching, but again, it's just, if you're enjoying, I'm so grateful. But again, remember who you are. Remember who you are and why you're doing this. If you're doing this for your family, if you're doing this for whatever, why, and then show up like a leader, show up that this business really depends uh for you. I always say for you because it's more powerful, not to you. I always say that for you. Life is happening for me. This business found me. Actually, it's not something that I found a while back. I'm looking for a job, but it's not a job. It's actually the business is the one who found me. Yeah. So now let me reflect this one personally. This week really taught me something. You know, and that something that I shared also with my team meeting today, the power of words, right? How our words are so important because words become your wand. Whatever words that you're saying out loud to the people, to the universe, or to around you, that's become who you truly are. That's the reason why you have to be very, very careful about the words that you should not be speaking in public or into yourself too. Because if you say things to yourself, remember you're the only one who is listening. That's why pause, right? Before you say anything. Like if you're trying to say some negative thoughts, like pause immediately because of the level of awareness that you have. Don't even say it. I always tell my husband, like, I can read. I can read his mind. I can read his body language. And I told him, like, "Oop, don't ever say it." The way he's nigh, like, oh my God, it's just so heavy. And like, babe, you know, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I keep reminding him again because repetition is the law of learning, or repetition is the mother of learning. So yeah, so because the energy of identity, right? So you could say this week really remind me the words have power. The way we speak about our business determines how we show up in it. That's why sometimes if you say, not sometimes, a lot people always say this, it's hard, it's really slow, it's not working. Your nervous system contracts that. But if you say, I am building, it's developing me, it's teaching me, what's going to happen? Your posture shifts, your energy shifts, your confidence shifts, and energy is contagious. Okay? That's why this week really reminds me that growth is quiet before it's visible. Because many of us are really building foundations right now, just because it's not loud. It's just because we don't see it yet. It doesn't mean that it's not really working. Roots grow in silence. Remember that seed that you plant the seed uh, into the fertile soil. You don't really see it, but again, roots grow in silence. The roots are spreading out to the surface, building the foundation. And because these roots are ready, really it's preparing to be tougher in times storms will come. That's how it is. That's why those challenges that you are facing at the moment, that means did you build that root strong? Did you plant that goal? Did you build the foundation of that business? uh, and then did you train yourself, did you invest on yourself to really be ready on those obstacles or challenges that will come your way, right? So again, always remember that, because strong roots support tall trees, remember that. Yeah, so and let's go even deeper. The real success this week is not just about financial, guys, and that financial money will come anyway. It's identity shift. Who are you becoming? Are you becoming more disciplined now, more emotionally stable now, or more structured now, or more confident now, or more patient, right? Because again, your income expands in proportion to your identity. Remember that. What you planted within become the result without. So that's why you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to uh what is that? You fall to the level of your self-image, right? So if you don't see yourself as capable, you will always sabotage your growth, right? But if you begin identifying as a person who really follows through, who leads with peace, or who builds with a structure, your results will follow. That's why this week wasn't about numbers. It was about evolution. So and then again, it's 2006 26. Oh my gosh, I love that number. It means for me it's grounding myself. Okay, 222. That's my favorite spiritual number. Okay. So again, so that's why if you're listening right now and waiting for your breakthrough, here's what I really want you to understand. You don't need what is that a viral moment. You really need discipline days, how you manage your activities. If you have a monthly goal, if you have a daily goal, I do have a daily goal that I always write in this book, you know like it's so full of Monday to Friday. Look at that. It's, you don't see it. Yeah, so look at that. This is my daily goal, and I have a monthly goal. And my monthly goal, I always write that at the end. So right now it's or it was the date is on the 28th. By the 28th, I already created my monthly goal. And that's the structure that I created for myself, that I know that it's working for me. And that is the reason why it's so important for you to really create your own structure daily, monthly, you know. Yeah, and yearly goal. I do my daily, monthly, and yearly goal. Okay. So again, you really need discipline days. You don't need applause from someone else. You need alignment, okay? And you need a structure. Because again, every successful story we celebrate is started with invisible consistency. Right? Remember, if a successful person, if a millionaire person don't like cold calling, they do it anyway because where the money is, right? So if you don't like to show your face on social media, you don't know that this could be the one that will change your life unless you do it, right? And that's me. I never show my face. I never done live for 1 year and 3 months in my business. And that's the only regret I have. So that would be so nice. And back then, there's no chat GPT, there's no AI. Back then it's just so hard to really think. You have to be more creative in everything that you're doing, you know. So again, and what I did is I just went to LinkedIn and I get ideas over there that I can do, because again, you have to be very careful also of copying someone else, because of copywriting, right? But nowadays, oh my God, we are so spoiled using AI, artificial intelligence, really. And we have like an amazing community, people who serve their time to really help others as well, right? So yeah, so I would say that I'm spoiled. The only thing that I need to work on is the structure, or that you need to work on a structure. I'm still building my structure, because it always changes. You deal with different kinds of people right now, so you have to have at least different structure on how you deal with them, right? Yeah, so if I am dealing with someone who has no voice, right? I have a mentee who has no voice, I who has no ears, I mean. She couldn't hear me, you know? But the only way for me to communicate with her is through type, or maybe have someone interpreter, sign language, I mean, who does sign language. I don't know how to do sign language. I have three people who have no ears, you know and I not I hired the good thing is they provide a interpreter, to help me on this. I don't know how to speak French, and I have mentees that only speak French and doesn't know how to speak English, because of apps or that I do that have translate from French to English, and that's the only way that I can communicate with them. And when I do Zoom with them, I'm so grateful that this business is so global, and I had to really ask someone who speak French to speak to them. While I'm talking, she is she is also speaking French. So see, you will always find a way. You will always find a way. Because again, like, how in the world someone who can't hear me become my business partner? You know, I have three people of that in my business. So if Sandra is watching, you know, just like here, this is she teach me. Hi, if you're watching now, I really appreciate you for your patience. Okay, so again, consistency. Consistency matters. And even if no one sees it yet. That's why it's already 47 minutes. So let me close with this, guys. Success is not random. It is constructed. It is being intentional, actually. I know people define success differently, but this is where success success for me. Success is construction. It is being intentional. It is discipline. It is a refined true reflection. That's why this week really gives me proof that goodness, thank you, that proof that showing up works. Proof that follow up matters. Proof that what is proof that structure wins, because proof also that emotional maturity builds stability. So as uh, as we move into this week, right? Or yeah, or this week, because Sunday now, ask yourself this: what insight am I implementing? Now, what am I hoping for? But what am I applying? Because again, application creates acceleration. Okay, so why don't just celebrate success here? We study every day. We build our business every day. And now what? We become it. Okay? The person who builds with peace and structure, the person who doesn't burn out, and it's the person who chose to rise. That's very, very important. So again, choose you, because it's always start from you. It's always start from here. It's not like if you are creating, right? If you're creating post every single day, ask yourself this question: what am I going to post today that I know that it will serve one person at a time? And start from there. And whatever first thought that comes to mind, go from there. Never, never even doubt it, and never even argue with it, because that's your intuition talking to you. Okay. The second one is already the limiting belief. So ask yourself, what should I do today to serve someone else? Okay. And if that person comes up also, then call that person and say hi, hello, you know, because why it showed up immediately, right? Because of you are intentional. But if it's limiting belief, you're not being intentional. Okay, because intentional something is like you are trusting yourself, you know, that this you know, just like you're talking to yourself, like, and your body will tell you, just like me, right? Like, oh my gosh, I have no voice. I have to really take good care of myself. You know, rest my rest myself talking, because I keep, you know, every time, every day, I always create videos and videos and videos. You know, videos here, videos there, and scheduling that also as well. And that's basically what I did today. I was in the backyard. I went for a walk with my son and my dog, and then I immediately went to the backyard and create videos right there, right? And become so intentional. I prepare my content also based on me, based on my thoughts, and I let AI, you know, make it. And then I do some editing because I didn't like the way he put it together. It's just like it's not me, you know. And then when I'm happy with it, he refined it, and I told him, "Do not change anything." You know, you just need to put some space, a little bit spacing, so I can do that through teleprompter, stuff like that. So I use that. And of course, you just do your own thing, you know, because of course, you are not here there to read. You just have to really kind of like familiarize to it, because that's your thought. Those are the message that comes from you. You know, it's just like the chat GPT, you just put, or any AI, Grok. I use Grok, JROK, you know, too. I use Grok also for my post to create my postings. Yeah, so I use ChatGPT, yeah, and I use Grok, GROK. If you want to learn more about that, you're welcome to do so. Right? So basically that's it, guys. So yeah. And here's the thing. In times that you are down, always reevaluate what was the last thought that make you down, and correct that immediately. Okay? And always remember who you truly are. Okay, so that's something that I really want to share it with you guys. I tried to share this with my business partners uh, yesterday, but for what reason it's not playing on them. So I really want to share this in my YouTube channel. So enjoy it, guys. Thank you for being with me tonight. And I hope this music that I will be playing with you guys really resonate to you. Really. So I always remember who you truly are. And here it is, and enjoy it.
Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are when the noise gets loud, when they clap 1 minute, then judge in the crowd, when you rise too fast, when you shine too bright. that whisper opinions in the middle of your light. If you win, they talk. If you fall, they talk. If you build something different, they still will talk. So why let the voices decide your pace when the vision was planted inside your space? You didn't start this just for applause. You started this because you heard the call. Late nights, praying early mornings alone, building a future nobody else was shown. Close your eyes, go back to the why, go back to the dream that made you cry. Before the doubt, before the fear, before you ask, what will they hear? Remember who you are. You are the vision before it's seen. You are the queen before the crown is clean. You are the ending before the start. So don't let the world rewrite your heart. They don't control your destiny. They don't define your reality. Assume it, feel it, live it now. What you accept becomes your vow. Remember who you are.
Imagination does not pretend. It's the place where all things began. What you feel is what you create. Feeling is the secret, that's just state. Live in the end like it's done already. Walk like the ground beneath is steady. Don't wait for proof, don't date for signs. The outer world just mirrors the mind. Assume the best, assume you'll win. Assume the power lives within, cause what you persist and believe in true will rearrange the world for you. They may laugh, they may doubt, but that's just their fear speaking now. Your job is not to make them see. Your job is to be who you're meant to be. I am not what they project. I am not what they expect. I am not their limited sight. I am the author of my life. When they speak, I stay still, cause I know imagination bends the wheel. The world is pushed out, it reflects me back. So I guard my thoughts, I stay on track. I don't react, I don't chase, I choose the frequency I embrace. I move in silence, rooted deep, cause what I assume I will keep. Remember who you are. You were chosen for this fire. Pressure only builds desire. You're the story yet untold. You're the diamond formed in gold. They don't control your destiny. They don't define your reality. Assume it, feel it, breathe it through. The world conforms to what you choose. Remember who you are.
Why are you doing this? For freedom, for peace, for your children marching quietly, for the version of you who refused to quit. They will talk anyway, so build anyway, dream anyway, rise anyway. Because the world does not control you, it reflects you. And when you remember who you are, the outside world has no power at all.
There you go, everybody. So that's the end of my, of my goal life. So once again, remember who you are. What people think about you is none of their business. Show up anyway. If you are doing good to other people, you will still hear people talk to you. If you're doing something nice, you will still hear anything. If you fall, you will still hear a word from anyone. That's why you could care less about what they say, and always focus on your mission, your vision, or your purpose. Okay. So again, Do not react. Never ever react. Choose how to respond. Because reaction, you are igniting that fire against them or through them. It's also against you. You are creating that actually in yourself once you react, once you become reactive. Choose how to respond. And if you say, okay, you want it, I'm gonna be quiet. And then that's it. And just go. Protect your peace. Don't let anybody take your power. Okay, so that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank you so much. Have a good night.
This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul.